this line here, and then just put it like that. Then and now I was looking at those two at first, so I'm just going to solve those now. I see this one, it's quite easy to do, and I think I'll solve those for now. So there's a cool log for that. You do it like, goes like that. And then the last one I'll solve with a bit of edge control, finish with sledgehammer. And so this just normal PLL skip. So yeah, that's it.
Alright, I do ZZ, green front, yellow top, and we have these 3 bad edges, these 2, this one here, and these 2 back here. So what I'd probably do is D, B prime, and that leaves us with these 2 right here, and these 2. So I can do an F2, U prime, F prime, and that's pretty good. It's okay. And then, oh, whoa, whoops. And then this and this. These are my 2 line edges, so I'd solve the line like that, I guess. So I'm looking through the viewfinder, not the cube. So anyways, I see this pair, this and this. So I'd pair that up like that, and then there. And then this pair here, and then there's this and this, and then this last pair I'd solve like that, and I know this COL, and then a U prime. Alright, cool.
Alright, so here's the scramble. Now the first thing I would look for immediately is how could I solve the cross. So inspection, I would see the this wonderful opportunity to just solve the cross like that. Then I can solve these F2L pairs here. So let's bring that out and then put that into place. This can come out, be put there. And then finally, that F2L pair can be put there, thus completing it. Next, I can perform my OLL. Now for PLL, I can see a pair of headlights there, so perform the algorithm for that. And now we just have a counterclockwise PLL. And that solves the cube.
Okay, so average CFOP solve here. I'm going to be starting with the green cross, and I say that because it's pretty easy. I have this orange which goes here, and then these 2 are already in the relatively correct spot, so I would just pop that up, move this over, and move this white one up, and bring it back, and that's the cross. Pretty easy. And then the first pair I noticed was this one, and I mean, it's probably not the best one, but I do that because honestly I'm not the best right now. Oh, sorry. The next one I see is this red yellow and this red yellow, so I would bring that over here and then just insert it into there. Now I already see that this pair's made, so I'm just going to bring that out, pull that in, and the last one is this and that, so I would just bring that over and pull it in. Now for OLL, I use, unfortunately, cross OLL, haven't learned all of them yet, so there's that case. And finally a J-perm to end it off, and I use a slightly different alg than most people, but there's that J-perm. And that's really about it. Thanks. Bye.
Hey guys, user DeathRanger999 here. So here's my example solve for the /r/cubers 1 scramble. So when I look at this, first what I see is this white bar here. Edges aren't actually opposite, red and blue, but could work with that. Green's another possibility. We have the two edges there, and there, and there, but I like white better, so I'll be using that one. See, we have the orange edge here, blue, red, and green. So I'm going to kick this red edge out like that, move this over, and then bring it back up into its right position like that. Then I'm going to put the orange edge in as well, and then that, and then my cross is done. I can move on to F2L. First pair I see is this one, red green and red green back here. So I can match that up. Next pair I see is this red and blue one. Red, blue there. Red, blue there. So bring that out. Prepare it. Put it in like that. Next what I see is this green and orange and this green and orange. So I'm going to do the same thing. Take it out. Prepare it. Put it in like that. And then I have a nice case for the last pair here, orange and blue, and orange and blue, so I can just put them in like that. U2, and then we have the chameleon OLL, and then JPEG. That's it.
So the first thing I notice with this solve is this on the bottom is just turns to right there. So I would do, and then I can also see that this is up here, kind of in place. So I would do this, and then that, and then turn this, and then U2, and then just turn in the back to get the cross. So the first thing I see here is this pair right now. So I would just quickly put that into place, not very difficult. Now looking around, I would see that this is back here, kind of in place, except not really. So I'd probably just do that, and then put in place like that. Now back here we have a pair right up here, and then just bring it around and swing it in place. And the last one is right up front for us, so I would just do it in like that. And then I'd switch it and solve the orient the top layer, and now I just have to orient the corners, which was just from that. And then I would put it here in place for this algorithm. I forget what that's called, but that's the PLL, and that's the last step for the solved cube.
This is what r/cubers 1 scramble is. The first thing I see are these 4 elegantly lined up cross pieces on white, but I also see this on yellow, so I guess this is easy to do with the U prime, R prime, F2, U prime, F2, something like that, but I also want to get these two done. So do L, D prime, U prime, R prime, F2, U prime, F2, B. Then I have these two easily put in there. Then I'm just gonna solve that. This is really nice because I can force an LL skip like that. Done.
Okay, so the first thing that I notice is I have 2 pieces on the top. In an ideal situation, these would be blue and a matching green, but they're not, they're different. So I'm going to flip my cube over, and so I've got green here and the orange here. I'm going to flip this down, turn it, flip these 2 up, flip that into place, turn this, put them down. So now my cross is done, and my preferred F2L case is to have white on top somewhere. If I don't have that, I'll scan the cube for a piece that I can easily pop up like this. So in this case, I'll do this. These are connected, so I just separate them like this, turn away, and insert. See this one here, so I'll pop that up. See, this piece needs to come up on the back, so that comes like that, and line those up and insert. ground for the other two pieces. I've got one here. That's kind of a difficult situation, so I see if I can find something else instead. And I've got these two here. Flip that up and insert. Now I've got the weight on top, which I like. So I'll connect those and insert. And now I've got the first stage of my tulip OLL. So do that algorithm. And I end up with the soon, so I flip the cube like this, do the soon algorithm. Now I've got two headlights on the back. I don't know many cases, but I know this one will solve the cube, so I think this is an A perm. And it's done.
Hey guys, Adrian here. And so for the scramble, the first thing I see is definitely the white cross. I can replace this red edge with the green, and then with two moves, insert the red where it needs to be, behind the blue, and the orange can quite easily follow. So my cross will look like this. It's pretty easy. Next, what we have after I align it, I kept my eye on these two. So how it will look is like this. I do a rotation. Now they're in the basic position. I rotate so that they're in the back again for an easy insert, and that this pair will be undisturbed after I insert it in the back. Because of the angle I'm at, it's going to be hard to do double sexy and then easy insert. So what I would do in this case is triple sledge. Next what I have is this pair. So never mind, that was yellow. But instead I would do it like this. The white blue. And for the last one, it's just easy. It's a weird case, so I'll throw over the green and do them like so. Here's an OLL that I thankfully know, and you'll have an A perm over here. Unfortunately, I'll do a cube rotation because I'm not exactly sure how they go yet, but this is PLL. Hope you enjoyed.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do green cross because it has these two pieces solved relative to each other. We also have this orange piece and this white piece, so we do U prime, R prime to bring that piece down, D, R prime, and that solves the cross. This pair here is already made. These two. These two. And then these two. I'm going to use a sledgehammer to insert it, orient all the edges. Oh well. And U-perm.
Okay, I'm going to work on the white cross. I've always worked on white crosses. Okay, so my first step is to get across. So I see this one here, I see one here, and I know if I do the orange, it'll bring the blue one up, and the blue is opposite the green, so that's the cross done. Now I'm going to work on F2L. I see the orange and blue here, red and blue, green and orange, and last of all red and green. But when I'm doing red and green, I'm going to try and make it so that I end up with a cross on top, like so. And whenever I have a cross, I always I do soon from here, and then anti-soon. And now if I'm going to switch these two to make a solid green, and then I'm just going to rotate the centre pieces, and that should be done. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye.
This will be a CFOP example solve, and I averaged around 12 seconds with CFOP and 15 with ZZ, but since more people solve with CFOP and I'm faster with it, I figured that this would be more helpful. So, I solve either the yellow or white cross, and the yellow cross seems to have quite an easy solution, but I don't see any pair that will stick around after I solve the cross. But white also has an easy solution, and I can see this pair, which won't necessarily keep because I need to break it up to solve the cross, but I will know where it is. And also I know for a fact that this red and blue pair will be in the U face after I solve the cross. Anyway, we have a blue cross piece and a red cross piece in the D face, so they're not correct relative to each other. But luckily we have a orange cross piece, which if we do an F prime, will solve this. And then we do an R2, because these will actually solve them with the centers. D to fix the positions, and then F and B prime to solve cross. As predicted, we have this pair here, so let's solve that. And then we have this pair, and when we insert that, this will actually pair up. So let's insert that, and then we have this pair, partial edge control, and then OL, and then that's an A perm with a U2 AUF.